Hello, and welcome to the first episode of the Bazz podcast. I'm your host, Max, and I'm here with Ronnie. Say hi.
Hi, I'm
and
Ronnie.
and Will.
Uh,
That's great. All right. So, most of you probably don't really know what's going on. We don't really either. We were supposed to have a fourth person, but some plans fell through. So, we have a couple things we want to talk about on the first episode. So, let's talk a little bit about who we are and how we've met. How does
Who
that
wants
sound?
to go first?
Um, I'll go first if you guys want, since I'm talking a lot. Anyways,
yeah,
hi, I'm Max. I'm 17, and I play the saxophone and also just play lots and lots and lots of Minecraft. Uh, I'm trans, and I'm the annoying one that makes lots of gay jokes in the group. All right.
Uh,
pretty
Basically,
impressive how you summed it up.
yeah, I just sum myself up very easily because that's literally all I do. And also, I bring my jokes from YouTubers into the group somehow.
oh yeah.
Yeah,
Impressive
Uh,
how you do it. It's just like taken in, and everybody goes along with it. There is no questions asked.
yeah, I will just take a joke and I will just force it until people start doing it, like the I'm stuff thing.
oh
Oh my
yeah.
god, it's just it that's gonna be there for a while now. It's not going away.
Yeah, it's not gonna go away because Ronnie cut on, and when Ronnie catches onto a joke, it's not gonna shut. He's not gonna shut up.
I'm sorry.
No, it's funny. Who wants to go next?
I guess I'll go. I'm Ronnie. I'm 14. I'm going to be a sophomore next year. Just so you know, middle school sucked. Uh, I play
I
the
agree.
trumpet as well as the piano. I started singing as a bass. Not that good, but I started. Uh, yeah. Trumpets are better than saxophones.
I hate you. You can just stop talking. All right, Will, do you want to go next?
Yeah. So hey, I'm Will. So since everybody said what instruments they play, I tried trumpet in middle school, but I sucked so badly that I had to be moved into percussion where I could not mess up, which I now play percussion. So set, timpani, all that stuff. Woohoo.
He's the
Um,
cool one who just stands in the back and just doesn't talk to me ever during rehearsal.
oh, okay. Well, that was for like half the year. And then the other half, like, I actually conversed with you and was like, oh, hey, no, I can talk to this person. And,
Yeah,
like,
that
the
I think that leads really well into the next thing that we wanted to talk about is how we all met because I have my stories and Ronnie definitely has a story
Oh
about
yeah.
me as long as it's just like we're probably gonna have a very similar story. Me and Ronnie both started in band, him in 7th grade, me as a freshman. I'm a senior, by the way. Uh, and
You gross.
yeah, imagine being old and having to think about college. Gross. Uh, but basically, both started in band. We really didn't talk much because you were a small child and I was like freshman, and it was weird. And then I think like this year, we actually started talking because I would turn around during band and annoy you and Ben and
Oh
and
yeah.
the trumpets that sat behind me. And that's basically my idea of it. I don't know.
It's kind of similar for me. Like, I
I'm
just
probably
came in
forgetting
as a
something.
like, yeah, I just came in as a seventh grader, and then I saw everyone just like goofing around, and Max was one of those people, and he was just like, I don't know, I don't know, just like kind of like another girl, a girl in our band who graduated this year, just kind of like wacky. you know,
Me and
and just
Katie.
like, oh yeah.
Oh
I
yeah.
just kind of got
Chaos.
abducted into it.
Yeah.
Joe, that's a joke.
So
We do
I
not
forgot this.
condone abduction, by the way. Only to Ronnie. Anyways, what were you gonna say, Will? Sorry.
Uh,
I thought that was
so
funny.
no. I was just gonna say that I forgot to say, hey, I'm 15, very recently, and I'm gonna be a sophomore next year, just like Ronnie. And I came in as a freshman, uh, and I kind of met these two same way, kind of through band. Max was entirely through band. I was just well, actually, no, it wasn't. I
Yeah.
saw Max in band, and I never spoke once to him ever, except
Yeah.
when half the year on the bus in the morning, we just started having a long ass conversation.
It's because
And
of the bus merger, wasn't it?
yes, it was.
Oh my god. Hell. Absolute hell.
That was like I thought I was because I was the last one to get off on for me. But like you didn't even start until after everybody from my bus got off. Like god damn.
That was like literally the longest bus ride, but it wasn't awful because I actually talked to like someone. Because on
Yeah.
my afternoon bus, I don't really talk to anyone besides my neighbor. And like there's really no one else to talk to on the bus. And I actually had someone to talk to in the
Yeah,
afternoon.
exactly.
It was so nice.
It was
And
great.
that was probably my like, favorite bus experience I've ever had. And I've had some really bad ones. So it's not really saying much.
I mean, this was the first year I've ever taken the bus, so I mean, I thought it went pretty well. Uh,
Yeah. And then in the
uh,
morning, I just started talking to you, and you were probably like, "Why? I'm literally so exhausted." But I
I
would
mean,
just keep talking.
it was great because I was like, you were keeping me awake, and I was actually being, yeah, woohoo. Um, but like, I was so fucking exhausted. I was about to pass out, but like I was always on the verge of passing out. And because I kept conversing with you, it was fine. It was great. I felt like I could do anything. Like I had so much energy. It was
Yeah, morning conversations on the bus are something I really missed during quarantine because I was really, really looking forward to it since we started doing stage crew together, and we actually like
yeah.
started talking outside of the bus in the band room.
Oh yeah, that was oh man.
Oh my god.
Yeah, it just sucks.
Rest in
Oh,
peace,
but
Legally Blonde.
yeah. But so Ronnie, I met just honestly, I'm not
You asked
entirely.
me for a pencil, and you were like, "Yo, can you help me with this math work?" And you literally would ask me for a new pencil every week, and I didn't
Yo,
even know
that
what
up
you did with
until
them.
Wait,
like
no, no. Like one of the only classes I have with you is history.
Oh yeah.
Like you, I would just sit like either next to you or behind you, and like we would. That was great.
Remember when I
Oh,
played Minecraft in class?
oh God. You know, history class was great. That teacher,
Oh my.
that was great. Although, like, she's such a nice teacher, and her class is just,
So
it's,
boring.
I mean, yeah, but like, it's a lot better than any of the other classes because, like, once you do finish work, which is very simple, you can just, like, do whatever. I ate so much food in that class.
Oh my god.
So
I remember
much.
having her, I had that same teacher freshman year, and I was with a lot of my really close friends that I was friends with mostly during freshman year, and we would just, like, all sit back on the back radiator, and we would do puzzles. That's, like,
Oh,
something we would do. It was the best. Um, yeah, and then I never had her again, but I still see her every single morning because she, is right across from my homeroom. I hate being on the 3rd floor.
yes, very nice.
Yeah, just a to the audience, we all go to the same school. Everyone in the group goes to the same school. We're all just in different grade levels. I'm the only senior. We have I think three juniors that are going to be in the recording sessions, and I think two fresh. Well, oh my god, I
Hey.
need to start over. I can't speak English. Hello. Uh, we're gonna go with the grades we're going into as of next school year. I'm going to be a senior. The two
Oh,
in the call, Ronnie and Will, are going to be sophomores, and then we have three others who are going to be juniors. There we go. I got it. I
yes.
spoke.
Nice.
Yeah.
There we go.
Speaking of, this is not on our list, but speaking of the bus, I have a couple really awful bus stories. I have like one that I really, really want to share just because it's probably the worst story I have from my bus experiences since I've been taking it since freshman year and I've had multiple different bus drivers. I have a couple of really bad stories.
Ooh, yes, please. I would love to hear this.
Okay, so my main story, I have a couple others, but my main story is one, I think it was sophomore year when it was still like warm out and I would still take the bus home and walk. Uh, I took the bus home. The bus passed my stop, and my bus stop is at the bottom of a very, very big hill. Okay? So I was pissed. I was like, I need to get home. And the bus just went up the hill and I can't walk down that hill with all the stuff that I have. And so I ran up to the front to the bus driver and I was like, "Dude, I need to get off. My house is not up here. I can't go up here." And he just didn't stop. He just kept going. And I was like, "Dude, I need to get off." And then he dropped me off at my friend's stop all the way at the top of the hill and I had to call my dad. And then the
Uh,
bus driver was like, "I'm sorry, I can bring you back." And I'm like, "No, go. Go. You caused this problem."
Oh,
oh,
I have a good bus story. I took the bus in elementary school, but we take the bus for field trips that we do. And so last year, we were studying US history, and so we went on a field trip to Boston. And my dad was one of the chaperones, and he's from around Boston, and so the bus driver was like complaining so much about the traffic and like, ah, people suck. Did you see that lady? She just cut in front of me, and he was just complaining the whole time, and my dad was sitting there just miserable. And then we got lost, so because the guy was like, okay, I do this daily. I do this like daily tour, uh, around Boston, so I know my way around. And then he gets us lost. And so my dad, who's from Boston, has to show him where to go to Faneuil Hall because he didn't know how
oh.
to get
Daniel
there.
Hall?
Yeah. And
What?
That exact same thing happened to me last year. The exact same thing.
Oh my
Except no one on the bus knew where to go. So it wasn't just like oh, we're lost. Oh, great, one of the chaperones can show us the way. No, we were just like 2 hours late because nobody knew where the fuck to go.
Yeah,
Everybody was completely confused and lost.
I had that same situation, but on like my school bus, on the way home, because my bus driver was a substitute bus driver because my actual bus driver was sick, and he didn't know where he was going. So me and my friend Jimmy had to literally like guide him around the city.
Oh my god. Oh, that happened to me once. Yeah. Like twice or three times. There was a substitute bus driver. First day, he drove right past my stop. Didn't even stop, didn't even slow, just straight across.
Vroom.
Near me. Like, and we had to like fucking chase him down like for a while until he actually stopped. And then I got out of the car and got into the bus. And then for the rest of the time, I had to tell him where the rest of the stops are.
Oh
And I
my
feel bad because for like the beginning part of the year, I was the first one, but then the second half, I was the second. and the only people before me were a bunch of transfer students. And I'm pretty
Oh,
sure he just went past them every single day. Just because, like, I wasn't there to say, oh, hey, there's people. No, I feel so bad for them because I got it. So he stopped for like 20 people that he would have just completely missed. And that was when it was like cold and so cold. Like if you stood out, you would literally get frostbite if you stayed outside for too long.
Wow.
yeah.
And oh my god.
That's the great thing about doing so much band stuff that you never take the bus home anymore.
I mean,
Yeah,
yeah.
just stuck after school for
Yeah,
hours at a
me and
time.
Ronnie are on the same schedule. Literally. Um, the only days we don't have stuff are Mondays and Fridays now,
Yes.
which
Honestly,
is
I
probably gonna
cannot
change again.
remember. I cannot remember for the life of me my schedule anymore. I
I can't I can't remember my schedule, but I do remember the classes I was taking, even though one of my
oh
teachers would give us one assignment a month during
oh yeah,
quarantine.
I remember
So
the
stupid.
classes I was taking. It's just I don't remember like okay on Tuesday I go to soccer. On Thursday I go to stage group. On Thursday it was band, but like I cannot. The only one I remember, the only one is Thursday is band. Only one.
Thursday's band day. I also just said that wrong. We did have stuff on Monday. We had jazz.
Oh, yeah.
The name Bazz.
What
The
did
whole
you have on Tuesday?
uh I would go to IBand, but also I would say I was going to IBand and I just wouldn't go and I would just stand in like the I would just go sit in the lobby and hang out.
For those of you who don't know, I band or intermediate band, all the people who are in the advanced band just make fun of it because it's so bad.
And
It's
it's
just
Honestly,
a
yeah.
meme.
so difficult to like teach
Oh
since
my god.
little funny story, I my schedule this year had it so I could go to a beginner band class every single day, but not take the class, just be there to like hang out and help. And let me just tell you, it is extremely difficult and I feel bad for our music director
Yep.
Um,
because he does not want to do it. We don't want to be there, and so he's all by himself.
at the beginning of the year when I was just like, so for me originally, I I was actually gonna go to a different school, but that school was expensive as fuck. So like, even though I got like a scholarship and shit, that's so fucking expensive. Is more expensive than some fucking colleges. Why the fuck is a high school more expensive than some colleges?
Yeah, that's where my sister. No, it's a different school. Never mind. Thinking about a
But
different school my sister wants to go to.
anyways, so I was still kind of sad about that. So I didn't learn anything about the school that we all went to. So like I I didn't. So originally I had to study, and then I was like, oh wait, there's a band class, which I didn't know was an actual class. I was like, oh, I can just go take that. So my friend um showed me to Mr. Bagel. All I said was like, oh yeah, I used to play piano, now I don't. Now I play drums and I can I can read notes. It was like, oh great, you're an advanced band. Like
Hey,
no quiz
hey,
or
Will.
anything. It was just you're an advanced band.
Hey, Will. We should probably just call him Bagel just for the sake of privacy.
Yeah.
Bagel. Yes.
Bagel.
Yeah,
Bagel.
Bagel. Yes.
Mr. Bagel, as we all call him.
Yes. But so I was just thrown into advanced band when before I literally just played quarter notes and eighth notes. Very interesting. Uh,
And then Dom came to your house and beat you up. Just kidding.
playing note like
Oh wait, no, I need to cut that
Dom.
now. I need to
Oh,
cut that. Shoot,
like
I don't want to dox him.
like yeah, but like he he made it so I learned everything I needed to, it in like 2 weeks flat. It was amazing. That was more than I learned in all of like 6 years of doing band. Like holy shit. But the thing is, I then thought, oh hey, this is great. And then Mr. Bagel was like, oh hey, there's an intermediate band thing. You can come and help. Please help. Please. I'm like, oh, I'm not doing anything.
Please.
Sure, let me go. Every single fucking percussionist. What the hell? Okay, so none of
They're all
them
like
knew
7th
anything.
graders.
None of them knew how to read. None of them knew how to do time. None of them were like, okay, they knew literally nothing. Do you know how hard it is to explain to four different people how to do? Okay, this one you tap it once. This one you tap it twice. Like just how the timing. Just and what was the most just hard to deal with thing is one of them knew all of it. He knew how to read notes. He knew how to read time. He knew all of it. But he was just not like he just couldn't play it. Just, I don't know how. It was just I and after that I never went again. I was just like terrified
It's
of going
really,
again.
really stressful if especially when you're teaching it because you don't really get much time to do any teaching just because it's a very, very quick pace. You have to get things done, get things done, get things done, uh, without just like having the time to just like, oh, here's how you play this rhythm. Like I had to help teach percussion when I am not a percussionist. It was awful. Literally, I had to figure out what notes are what timpani. I had to figure that out to help someone with it. It was awful. Yeah.
So,
Before we just keep talking about this for way, way too
hours, because
Yeah.
iBand can become the biggest meme ever.
yeah, literally we'll just keep talking about iBand for way too long because we have some stories. I have stories, Ronnie has stories. We could probably do an entire podcast.
we we all have entire PTSD moments.
Yeah.
Honestly, yeah.
Um I have another one that we could talk about since we are on the topic of school and school stories and band stories. We could talk about our awful school stories as we have it written in the doc. Awful school stories, PTS flashbacks got me fucked in the head, Lamau.
Yeah.
Who wants to go? Because I don't want to go first because I'm at the moment doing something because I need to figure out how to cut audio as I'm doing this. So whoever wants to talk first.
Um.
I think we'll
See.
go because I just talked way too much.
Well, I have a couple stories. Like, it's not like one particular story. It's just like
All right.
this thing that happened. So anyway, so at my elementary school, there were these monkey bars that were also like hanging and swinging. So what me and my friend did, we every day at recess we'd just like climb up on top of them. And then so one day this snooty teacher, um I forget her name, but she was like old and really nasty.
Can
And she was the art teacher,
we
I
just
think.
call her Miss Witch?
Miss Witch. Yeah, sure. Uh and
It
so
rhymes with something else.
she she just kept screaming at us to get down, and she threatened to call her parents, and we were just so scared that we just jumped down. And that was one thing. And then uh one other thing that we used to do is like those glider things that like when you hang on it's across a big bar and
Oh
then
yeah,
you
yeah,
can
yeah.
glide. So there were a couple of those, and the one in the what we called the big kids playground was higher off the ground, so I couldn't reach it, but there were a couple kids who
Yeah, 'cause you're
could
short.
without climbing. Yeah, I know. And so what they did is I jumped up on it and hung on it, and there were about four kids behind me. And then so what they did is they pushed me off the edge. It hit the end of the glider strip, and then I flew and then almost did a backflip but landed on my back, and I had a bloody nose for the rest of the day, and then I got up off the ground and I couldn't see anything. I was all dizzy.
I have a
And
story like that, but it's not as bad. Okay, so I went to a very, very poor Catholic school for elementary school and also middle school up to 8th grade. So basically, kindergarten to 8th grade, I went to a very poor Catholic school down in a very, very part of the city I live in. So we didn't have a playground, we had a massive parking lot. I don't think any of you have heard really much about that, but
no.
I had to go
That's
to
pretty much the same thing I had. My Catholic school was kindergarten to 8th grade. I went through all of that, and they basically just had a parking lot.
oh my god, it's the worst. But anyways, I
It
was in the after school program that one day, and me and a couple of my friends were playing baseball because that's what we do. And I hit the ball and I ran and I was like, shoot, I need to get to the base really quickly, and I slid on the pavement and cut up my entire knee.
Oh,
Ooh.
And then I think a week later, I cut my other knee up on the stairs in my house. So I was just like bandaged. Both of my knees
mm,
were just bandaged for a really long time. I al-
Wow.
I also have other stories from my religious school, mostly from walking to church because my school didn't have a chapel. We had to walk down the main street of the city, which is a very, very bad part of the city I live in, to church. And we would just see like people like on drugs on the side of the street. We would see like people just laying on the other side. It was really weird and like there was really no censorship, so it was really weird going to school there. Even though
yeah.
it was a little
Uh,
Catholic school.
For my school, I basically it was kind of the same thing, except my Catholic school, it had a church like on its property, so it was just like down a small hill, and you were there. But like two or of the teachers lived in this small building next to the school building that was originally for the nuns, but then all the nuns either died or moved out. Don't know. Um, but like that was also the after school building. So like once school was done and once after school, you kind of just like use the wall as like a like throw tennis balls against it, have fun. And then like the winter when you have a hat, the best thing was to just throw like a hat against the wall and it would stick and it would
Oh my
stay there. And it was amazing. And all of the uh, uh, people who worked there hated me except one. And she was great. She was a nerd. She brought in a DS and played Kirby with us, going to after school and just having one of the teacher people just pull out a 2DS and just play like Kirby and like Legend of Zelda and Mario with you. That's the best.
I cannot say the
Wish I
same
had a
about
teacher.
cannot say the same about the after school program at my old school. It was so awful. The person who run it, we were talking about it. I was talking about it yesterday with my sister who still goes to that school, and we were saying like she literally, I'm pretty sure she's like the devil incarnate. She is the worst. She hates children. I don't know why she works with children. She like has favorites, and I used to go every week to after school and I had it set up so I would go every week and I wouldn't have to tell my teacher because they knew I was going to go there, and every single week she would be like, "Why don't you have a note?" And I was like, "I have it set up so they know every week I'm going to be there." And she's like, "You still have to tell them." And I was like, "Okay." That
Wait,
no,
could
you
we talk about another? Like, I just thought of this as like a topic. We should talk about school food, just like our past school food.
uh
Like,
I cannot say much about my old school though. We didn't have a cafeteria. We
oh,
ate lunch in our classrooms the entire time, all the way up to middle school. So I'm not really involved in that conversation. You guys can go.
okay.
Uh, I mean, my school had a cafegimatorium. Cafeteria, it was the gym, and it was the
Oh
auditorium.
my god. My school was
So
like
Uh,
that,
like
but we had no cafeteria.
it had a stage thing, but it was also like a basketball court kind of thing. But also it had a bunch of tables that just like you would then convert into like they pushed up against the wall, and then you could just lay them flat and then have a cafeteria. And there was also a separate part that like the lunch ladies were at. Except there was barely the food. It was weird. Like so, every Wednesday was pizza day. They ordered from like 7 different pizza places and just got a whole shit ton of pizza.
Wait, is that just a Catholic schools thing? Because I had that too on Fridays.
I'm pretty
no, I have
sure.
it on Fridays too for
Um,
public school.
and like some days it was like a meatball thing. Other days it was. I mean, some days it was good. Other days it was awful. But the best days were when it was McDonald's.
Just
Your
actual
school bought you
McDonald's.
McDonald's?
Yeah, they literally like for 3 years just like had McDonald's as one of the
What?
lunches. Oh wait, no. Well, I mean a lot of parents were like, "Oh, that's not healthy." Well, then why the hell don't you pack your own kid a lunch? Okay.
Yeah, as someone who literally had packed lunches every single day for from kindergarten to 8th grade and also into high school because I don't buy food at school. It's just as bad. You just eat the same thing every day.
It was I had that for like half of it, and it was awful. Especially since I literally only had sun butter and jelly because I used to
Oh,
be allergic to peanuts. And the
Oh,
thing is, when you're allergic to peanuts, it's just segregation. Like you are just away from
you're just
everybody.
gone.
Yeah, fun story. That's actually how I met my best friend, which was pretty neat. Uh, we ended up just squirting grapes at the teacher's wall in first grade, or that was funny as hell.
seems like a Will thing to do.
Imagine keeping a lot of friends imagine keeping any friends from your middle school. I have like 2 that I still talk to. The rest of them hate me. I really don't know
Oh,
why.
oh, Sam.
I tried calling my friends the other day and nobody picks up or they're like always busy. It's like, why?
Yeah.
I
I
literally only have two.
I have so I was actually in a like decently good friend group in 8th grade because 7th and 6th grade was a bit of a mess. I was friends with like all of my weird gamer friends in 6th grade and then I realized, "Oh, that's not cool. I'm going to go try to be friends with the popular people." And that didn't work, and so then I found an in-between group, which turns out one of them just turned into a complete brat freshman year of high school and then ignored everyone in the group.
Ah, yeah.
Yeah.
See, uh, I did and didn't have that problem of so for the entire thing of uh the kindergarten, think there is actually pre-K. From pre-K to 8th grade, the entire time, my class was the most it was ever was 20 kids.
Like the
And
entire grade
this
or just the class?
entire grade.
Wow.
What? That's like the half of what my
Entire
grade
grade,
was.
every single year, the max it ever was 20. And like sometimes a few kids left, a few kids joined, but like there were 15 kids who were again like they stayed. almost the entire thing. There were only like 5 of us who went from the entire thing, but like the 15 of us were like 80% of it.
Yeah,
Having the exact same people every single year,
for
kind of,
nine
it's
years. Oh my,
interesting.
or like 9 to 10 years. That sucks. I can totally get that.
Yeah.
Yeah,
You just
but the
realize
thing
how
is,
people are
you're
sometimes.
friends with everybody, but also there are people you don't like.
And you have to see them every day.
Yeah, but also, if you ever have a crush, that fucking sucks.
Imagine ever having a crush in middle school. Nope.
Yeah, except the funny thing was, everybody said we were siblings
What?
Oh.
for like 5 years.
Oh my god. Yeah, I have the exact same. I have a very, very similar experience. My school wasn't as small as yours. There were 50 people in my grade, and that was a very, very big class. We were the last big class at that school, and every single class since our class has gotten smaller and smaller and smaller. The graduating class this year was 20 people.
Oh my
Wow.
god.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Oh
I
my
mean,
god.
to me that seems normal because that's what was normal. But like when I got to like 7th grade and I realized, oh wait, this isn't normal having 20 people as a max. That's a little small.
Hmm.
Yeah, having 50 people and going to school with them from basically I would have to find my yearbook, but I think there was about 20 people in that I knew since kindergarten. And then the rest of them came in either first grade, second grade, or fifth grade. Like and like 2 in 7th grade, and that was basically it. I knew those people basically my entire life. And it was really weird, and now I don't talk to like any of them. Minus one of them who goes to our school and lives down my street.
Hmm.
I'll tell you after the podcast who that is, but you probably know. I've probably told you.
So, yeah.
So.
So, I don't know. We have a lot of other topics. We are probably nearing on about 40 minutes. I think we can go for another 20 minutes. I just
Yeah,
Yeah.
noticed that
probably.
the goose, the anonymous goose for the Google Doc looks like the entitled Goose Game goose, and it's very cute.
Oh, did you know did you hear about the little app thing that you can get for laptop or computer
Yeah, I
where
did. I
it's
saw the
literally a
practical
little
view of
goose
it.
that runs around, makes
Oh,
notes,
yeah,
leaves
yeah.
muddy footprints, messes things up.
Will, I watched Slimesicle. I know what that is. Speaking of
Should,
Slimesicle,
yeah, yes.
yeah, why don't you talk, Ronnie? Since I
Me?
won't
Okay.
shut up. I literally
So,
just keep talking.
um, for like YouTubers like, the only one I've stuck with through my entire history of my life is IBX Toy Cat. I've been watching him for literally since he had 20,000 subscribers.
Jesus.
When Like, I've been watching him for like 8 years, and I just like I'm always
Dang.
waiting for Sunday. Like every Sunday, it's Seed Sunday.
I could not
And
do that. Like one of the first YouTubers I ever watched was Pat and Jen.
oh
The
my
the,
god,
the
I
mon-
still watch those guys too.
they divorced.
Yeah, they divorced a while ago.
Yeah, but they're like, yeah, we're still gonna continue doing a
I know,
YouTube
it's kind
together.
of strange.
Yeah, like just imagine doing YouTube for a while and
Imagine.
then getting married to them and then divorcing them and still doing it with like your ex-husband or wife or whatever.
Well, it's better than holding a grudge, I guess.
Yeah, but it's just kind of odd. Like, oh yeah, we spent like 2 years being wed and then married and then like, yeah, no, we're gonna divorce.
Now we are not.
Yeah.
I think Ronnie heard because last night we were on call. You weren't there. It was me, Ronnie, and Dom, and I was just like talking about like YouTube and how I've gone through like so many different YouTuber phases, and I would love to go through them because it is a list and a half.
Oh God.
Yeah, Ronnie heard
Yes.
this last night. So
Yeah, I heard it.
okay, I think there may have been something that predated my first one. I think it was me going on YouTube and watching my friends' YouTube channels in middle school. I don't. You probably have never heard this, but I had a friend named Isabella who had a YouTube channel. Who she would make Minecraft videos and also Warrior Cats videos. She would make
Oh,
videos about the Warrior Cats series and like things that happened in it. And her little brother Brayden, who was in my grade, also made videos. And you all know Kaylee. Oh, shoot,
uh,
shoot,
dang it,
shoot. I'm trying to be more
foiled
clear for
again.
you, but I will remember that I have to cut that out. But she also made videos.
Yeah.
I remember that because they were all friends. And I think they were all on a Minecraft server together and they would make videos together. I'll
Cool.
have to find one of them and link it to you, but there was this really, really funny one that I really enjoyed. That's like 5 seconds. And then after that, I got really into British YouTube and Dan and Phil. I am cringe. I am the cringe lord. I saw them live. I am a cringe lord. I get it. I
Ew.
saw them live after my freshman year, but it was definitely worth it because it was a really, really great experience and I made some friends. And also I spent more time with a friend I already had, an internet friend. And then after that, it was commentary YouTube. Then it was Reddit crew, and then it fell into the SMP Live groups. And now I won't shut up about them. I'm very sorry because I'd never shut up about them, and I still haven't, and it's been a year.
Wait, have any of you guys gone through that phase, including the audience?
Comment
Let
down
us know in the comments down below.
below.
Uh, but like, have any of you guys gone through that phase of like ghost adventures and that stuff? I started to realize that like people like I'm Jay Station, that stuff is like fake. Like you can just tell.
You just figured that out?
No, no.
Everyone bully
I
each other.
realized it after he started
Everyone
putting
bully him.
paper under doors and then it would come back with something on it. And he's like,
Whoa.
whoa, what does this mean?
Ooh.
I'm not like calling out his channel or
No,
anything,
he
but it
100% deserves to be called out. He faked his girlfriend's death. He 100% deserves it.
did he also fake living in a storage container? I wanna know.
What? I'm
Yeah, he sold his house because apparently it was haunted, and then he moved into it, and he illegally moved into a storage container,
Yeah, I don't think
and he
that
filmed it.
happened. I can't say
Yeah,
that
I
I
think
went
it was
through a like
staged.
Ghost Adventures slash like fake YouTube Don't Call it 3 a.m. challenge videos. And there's something I really enjoy. I really enjoy like really, really creepy videos. Um
Siren Head.
No, like actual like creepy videos, like videos about like serial killers and kidnapping stories and like really weird internet myths that are probably true and all that stuff is something I really enjoy. So not exactly like
Max also sleeps with a tinfoil hat on his head. I'm joking.
no, I sleep with like 7 stuffed animals and also a pillow. Fun fact about me,
Honestly, yeah, no, I did the same thing.
I gotta get that
Just
layer even if it's like 7,000 degrees out. I gotta
exactly.
I don't do that. I could sleep literally in a fridge and I'd still be hot.
how?
Not that I've done that. I haven't done that. I don't
And
know.
I've thought of doing that, and I almost did that once. But then I was like, wait, what if I do fall asleep in here and nobody opens it? Like, will I go into hibernation? And I was just like, oh, what'll happen?
Yeah,
And
you'll
I
be
Yeah.
like Aang and just be stuck in a big ice cube.
Yo!
yeah, exactly.
I wanted to stick myself in the fridge once because I was really hot a couple summers ago, and then I realized, oh, I would probably get locked in and die. No, that's not a good idea. So I just stand at the fridge door now and just like,
That
give me cold. It's too hot in my house. We don't have ACs yet. My AC is broken. I literally will probably not get one this year.
that's funny because like when my dad was young, he always went up to New Hampshire, for the summer, and he went with his cousin, and so he was playing hide and seek with some of the people, and he decided to hide in one of those old
Oh my.
refrigerators that locked on the inside, and he literally almost died. If my uncle, well, my dad's cousin, but I call him my uncle. It's weird, but he found him somehow in the
She's like, I
fridge, and
found
he
you in the
was. My
fridge.
dad was blue.
Ooh, ooh. We'll just mute it. So, should we wait or should we just keep going until he decides to rejoin? I'm gonna guess that his parents probably walked in.
Yeah, probably. I'm surprised. My parents have been actually pretty
Yeah,
good.
my mom just left, I think. No, she just returned, I think. Because she has to leave in like half an hour. Anyways, because she has my sister.
Sorry about that.
Yep, I'm gonna guess that one of your parents walked in.
Less walked in, more my father just screaming my name because I forgot. He was like, "Hey, when's the podcast over?"
Willie,
Absolutely screaming my name.
Willie, I'm stuck.
Oh my god.
Hey guys, so basically, I'm stuff. Ooh. I just
Sorry, I
Okay,
was doing
so
things.
for
sorry
the
I
audience,
died.
this is what happens at midnight to 1:30 in the morning.
Yeah, it's just usually me and Ronnie and like one other person. Usually Will isn't awake that late in the call.
Well, I mean, I am awake. I'm just like being like laying there thinking about existence and the existence of God.
Meditating.
What is the meaning of life? You
There
know,
is
things
no
like that.
meaning.
Wouldn't that be the meaning?
Yeah. Yeah, basically it's just me and Ronnie just coming up with awful things to say and then saying them.
Oh
Yeah,
yeah.
Like last night was
I've like
Don't drink the mummy
the
juice.
mummy juice, no. Let me get some context. So we were looking for bones to buy online because on our like
as you do.
as our school Discord server, my name is the baby bone dealer because I'm baby. Because no, Dom said I was baby, so I am baby now. Okay, I guess. And we found uh Adam found a link to an article that said don't drink the mummy juice, and it's just mummies in a coffin like with the remains turned into juice.
Juice.
And yeah, that happened. That was weird. We have a
Yeah.
lot of really awful things we said in this Discord, like
Shia Lobotomy.
child lobotomy.
Why did we even come up with that?
I
I
don't
forget
know.
the
Oh, okay. I think I remember. I'm gonna try to give some context to the audience because they must be so
It's
confused.
kind of
Our
hard.
friend group outside of the people on this podcast don't understand it, and we really don't either. So basically, I think what happened was I think Joe started playing the Shia LaBeouf song, the like Shia LaBeouf
Oh
Candle
yeah.
song over his mic on the call, and then we just started laughing and we started looking for images of Shia LaBeouf. And then someone brought up, I think Ronnie said Shia
Maybe
Lobotomy.
it might.
And then we found this image of Shia LaBeouf, which I don't even think it's an image of
Washing his
Shia
car.
LaBeouf, but right here is where I'll put the image or an edited image that we made of it. And we just started spamming our other Discord server with Shia LaBeouf. And then Shia Lobotomy, Shia Lobotomy, Shia Lobotomy. and we all changed our profile pictures to different parts of his body. Like one of us was the head, one of us was the reflection, one person was like the ass, one person
I
was
was
the
this
bottle.
Windex bottle.
Yeah, and then you started calling yourself the bleach bottle of Shia Lobotomy. And then Will refused
Loboto
to
of
join
forbidden
in.
juice.
What even was I?
I don't know.
I joined that late.
I don't know. I don't think you were there for that.
Yeah,
That
you
was
joined.
No,
we
I was
came
there
up
for
with
the
this
end.
in one night for the audience.
I was there for the ending bit.
Yeah, and then we started spamming the Discord server with Shia Lobotomy. That was fun.
Oh my god.
And
It was just everybody. 3, 2, 1, spam, spam, spam.
yeah, everyone must hate us. That's probably why no one talks over there anymore. Because we just spam it whenever we come up with something funny. Like we started spamming it with the word slap. Because another context is our music department put something together where all of us would like do a piece, and there was like a big video for the end of the year of like all the progress we made, yay. And our band director was like, this stage, when you perform on it, he slapped the stage and he said, it's our stage.
This is our stage.
And then we thought it was really funny for some reason because he's never like slapped the stage with that determination before, and we thought it was the funniest thing. I don't know why, but we just started spamming slap.
Mr. Bagel was just a communist. No, I'm joking.
Yeah, he just went our stage. Yeah, me and Ronnie we're talking in chat while that entire thing was going on, and it was just the funniest thing to us for some reason. I don't know why.
Oh, and then some kid who is a really good guitar player, he tried singing and
No, it wasn't his singing. His singing is good. It's just that the
it's just the lyrics.
weren't fitting with the music. I'm not gonna say who, but I've got to say he has a very good voice.
He shouldn't have quit chorus.
He didn't quit chorus. He's going to join chorus next year. Our chorus director will hunt him down. Let's call her Miss Crab. Just because
Miss Crab.
just because oh Will's muted again. Just because her name starts with a C. But yeah, she will literally hunt him down. My friend who's coming to the school for senior year since the school closed down, I told him, you're taking lessons with Miss Crab. You are just not joining chorus. I'm sorry. You will literally be hunted down, and you can attest to that because you got hunted down this year.
Yeah, what no, well, Mr. Toot invited me
Oh god, not Mr. Toot.
to join. Mr. Toot is also in and so it was Mr. Toot and then Mr. Bike.
Yes, I can understand.
I have to say, I was not expecting that.
Okay.
I need to say something.
Yes.
There was a fucking bear.
What?
As you know, I just left. So I thought I had. It was same parent, like, hey, when's it up again? Just screaming at it. But this time, there was a fucking like young bear in my backyard. It was like it was a black bear. It was like pure black.
Oh, yeah.
And it was just like in my backyard. Like, holy
He was just
shit,
vibing,
that
man.
was amazing.
Did you eat it?
Did you give him a kiss?
No, it was like.
Did you give him a kiss?
Did you give him a kiss?
Good old kiss.
Give him a little kiss.
Like, good kiss.
All right. So,
Slap.
is there anything else we really want to talk about? Because we are coming up on an hour in about like 5 minutes.
10 minutes.
In about 5 minutes,
We started.
No, what are you gonna say?
I thought we started with like 1:20.
We started at 1:12.
Oh.
We're recording this on a extremely hot day, and I don't know why we decided this day. I am literally just dying in my bedroom right now. It is so hot. And I can't put my
I
fan in
moved to a
either.
different bedroom because it was so hot, and I have the same problem. Oh my god, it is so
It's like
hot.
85 degrees where I live.
Yeah, I looked at the temperature for today, and it's as hot as it is in Houston as it is in my town.
Disgusting.
Oh,
I hate that. That sounds awful. I hate summer.
For those of you who don't know, I live in like the hick sticks of nowhere in Central Mass.
Yeah, I
It's
live in the
like
city, so I have to just expect
city
it.
boy.
I'm a city boy. I live in a decently not too big city, but like a decently like big city for Massachusetts.
Just a decent
A
city.
decent city. I live in a nice place with a bunch
pretty.
of residential just houses and then also a little area to go shopping. It's really nice where I live. I'll probably go skating afterwards because it's nice.
Skemptiborg.
Scamtaborg.
Scamtaborb. Why did you just say high school is one hell of a drug? I gotta agree.
That was Mr. Toot.
Yeah, Mr. Toot, our boy. We're coming up on 1 hour. Is there any other topics we want to talk about before I end the podcast?
Well, we
No,
do have some other ones, but I don't know if we have time.
Yeah,
Yeah.
we have some.
probably
Subscribe to
stay for the
Skilled
next.
Gamer 726.
Yeah, that's Ronnie's channel. The literal only thing on it, there's like 3 videos, and they're all like
Oh
full
yeah,
videos.
it's very bad.
Yeah, all the videos
It's
are really,
very-
really awful. Just kidding. There's
Except
all
the
really
ones that
funny.
are amazing.
There's the trumpet video.
Subscribe to PewDiePie.
You need to stop talking.
Up to PewDiePie.
I hate both of you today. Can I just go back to bed and like redo today, please?
No.
Only
All right. If we
Groundhog.
really have nothing else to say, I'll do the outro because I want to do the outro because I was the host.
Yeah.
All right. So thank you so much for listening to the first episode of the Bazz podcast. Make sure to subscribe, leave a comment if you want. Bully Ronnie in the comments, please. Bully him because Will's nice. And thank you. We'll see you probably next week. We're gonna try to be uploading at least every 2 weeks because we really have nothing to do this summer. And thank you.
Yeah, we don't have lives.
We don't have lives.
Yeah.
All right. And I'll see you guys next time.